Welcome back to the channel, adventurers. It is pre-cruise day, so I just wanted to make a quick little video about what you need to do if you are embarking on a Carnival cruise in the year 2022. It is currently April 1st. We are leaving on the Carnival Sunshine tomorrow, so there are a few things that Carnival is requiring still. We are still at the blunt end of a pandemic here. Things are opening up more, masks are going away, but there are some requirements that cruise lines, specifically Carnival in this case, are requiring. So cruising is mostly vaccinated guests at the moment, but there is something called an exemption. So depending on which cruise line you are traveling with, there is an exemption form that you need to fill out prior to your cruise, and the cruise line will either give you access or deny your cruise. So you want to make sure that you are doing your exemption form if you are not vaccinated. So I'm going to be mostly speaking about vaccinated guests in this video because that's what I know more about, or at least the procedure. So Carnival asked us to download an app called VeriFLY, VeriFLY. And the VeriFLY procedure is actually pretty easy. First of all, it's going to ask you to download the app, of course. So then when you get in there, it's going to ask you to take a picture of everyone in your sailing. It's going to give you the option to choose which cruise line. You select that. Then it's going to ask you for your booking number, I believe it was. I put that in and it pulled right up. So it pulled up all of the guests in my party, and I went around the house and I took pictures of all of the guests traveling. And then it's going to ask you to upload your vaccination information. So when you are uploading your vaccination information, I just want to state this because I messed up on mine. Make sure you're entering that information correctly. The three other people traveling came back really quickly, but there was a discrepancy on mine. And the reason that there was a discrepancy is because I was vaccinated. One of my vaccines was on the 17th and I put in the 7th. So I went in, redid it, and it was approved within maybe 10 minutes. So that was quick and easy. You're usually going to get verified pretty quickly through VeriFLY, unless there was an incident like putting in the wrong date like I did. After that, we had to go get our COVID test. Now, there are a couple of different tests that you can take. PCR, antigen, there's like 4 or 5 options. If you're cruising, download the VeriFLY app. When you click on it, you can actually kind of scroll through and see which ones are acceptable. We decided to go with the rapid antigen because we wanted to have our results the same day. The reason for that is because we didn't want to be sitting here waiting for our results to come back and risk it not coming back until the day of the cruise, or worse, after embarkation. So I want to go into the testing. We went to a facility that does testing on site. We've actually been tested at this facility before when we've been exposed, that sort of thing. So we went back to them and we got our paper, and the doctor came in and he was like, make sure your names are correct, make sure your birth dates are correct. And we were like, yeah, everything's perfect. And we got home and we went into the VeriFLY app, and as I was putting in the information, it asked for your provider's information or your doctor's information. So I put in the name of the location, which is, X immediate care, facility. And that is not correct. So they want to know the name of the person who took the sample. It was not on our paper, so we had to call the facility back and have them email new test results with the provider's name on it. So I really want to stress this because I don't want anybody, you know, going in and being like, nobody told us this. So this is another reason I'm making this video, is because I just thought that it's pretty important to stress what all you need for the VeriFLY app. So it's definitely your name, it's definitely your birth date, and it's also your provider's information and what kind of test was done. So make sure that on your paperwork for your COVID test, that all of that information is shown on your paper when you are uploading it. Then it's going to ask you to take a picture, and you can just click it right in the app. You can either upload a file or take a photo, and I took a photo and our results were uploaded, and it literally took 10 minutes to verify again. Within 10 minutes I was getting notifications that they had been approved. So those are in the system now. It does say to bring it with you to the port. So with our boarding information, we went online, we printed out all of our boarding information. There's a paper for each person with their boarding information. It's got a little code to scan and all of that. And we put that in there with our COVID tests just to be safe. So another thing I want to say is you can never be, you can never be too cautious. Even if you don't need it when you get to the port, just make sure it's in there. You don't want to drive or fly all the way to the port just to be told that you don't have enough information. So now we have a folder with all of our embarkation information, all of our prepaid excursions and dining in a folder, along with our COVID vaccines and 2 proofs of identification for each of us. Now Christian does not have a state issued ID, so I have his birth certificate and his passport. And with my mom, myself, and Tayshawn, we have our state issued IDs as well as our passport. And that should be sufficient enough. If for some reason it isn't, you will see this in an update video tomorrow. But yeah, just make sure you have 2 forms of ID. I might still put our birth certificates in the car just to be safe. Like I said, you can never carry too much information. So now that we've gone through all of our boarding information and our COVID tests, I also want to say, when you're printing out your documents for your travel or for your cruise, they give you luggage tags, and these are separate from your typical luggage tag. It actually has your room number on it, your name, and whatever information they need to get your bags to your room. So you want to print those out beforehand, and they say to have them on the luggage beforehand as well. It's a piece of paper. We are a little nervous about them getting torn off, so what I did is I made copies. I'm going to have copies on me just in case they get torn off or damaged or anything like that. Again, never can go wrong with having too much stuff, right? I can always throw them away once we get on board or at the port or whatever, is necessary. But we do have those. It's 1 bag per person, and then you can also carry on a carry-on bag. So we have 1 large piece of luggage for each person, and then we have a carry-on bag. In our carry-on bag, we are putting small items that we might need, such as medication. We're putting an extra change of clothes, lightweight clothes, just in case. I have a 5-year-old, he's messy. He might mess up his shirt or, God forbid, his underwear. So we have just a small change of clothes just in case anything happens until our luggage gets to our room. Along with a couple of other little things, phone charger, all of that. I will not have service on the cruise. But I am planning on making videos and taking pictures, so of course I'm going to need my charger for my phone. Another item that we are putting in our carry-on bag is a pack of cards. Christian gets very bored easily, so we are putting in, I believe it's called shark bites or something like that. We went to Walmart and we kind of looked around in the game section, and we found some cards that are for younger kids, just in case, you know, we get held up at the terminal, or we get on board and they don't have everything ready. Another thing you want to do once you get on board is to make sure you do your muster drill. From what I understand, it's online right now. It's on your phone. So you just basically watch a video and you go to your muster station and they activate your sail and sign card. Now, this is again April 1st, 2022, so times may change if you're watching this video in the future, but that is my understanding as of now. So we are getting everything in the suitcase. I've had it laid out for about a week now, so we're doing some last minute packing, doing some last minute things around the house that need to get done before we leave. But I just wanted to make a quick video on the procedure of downloading VeriFLY, getting your COVID information in, and all of that. So stay tuned for the next video. Next video will be embarkation and day 1 of our Carnival Sunshine Cruise.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
49 moves. 49 moves. Okay.
Mommy, get sturdy.
49 sturdy. This is what we do when we're waiting on COVID results. Oh, careful. Okay, 49 moves. 49 moves. 49 moves. Okay. You know, just waiting on that COVID test for our cruise.